Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Catch your checks and get up.
Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button before you leave. Remember, join my live stream. Subscribe today. We do lives 3-4 times a week. And you'll get all the information you need. Karen Reed, free Karen Reed, at Karen Reed. Peace and love. Can we all agree that this case been fuckery from the rip, from the jump, from the start?
Certainly, it's not consistent with getting hit by the car. I mean, you can't deny the science and the physics as to what would have happened if he was struck by the vehicle.
In the streets, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. So they see my pain, so they name drop, dry snitch. Fucked in the game, the glam and the glitz. What's the price on fame? This crazy life of all. Yeah.
I'm running through the alley and in the alley. Hop at the second of sundown, no front from January on down to December. I'm loving the burst of the month.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Catch your checks and get up.
Living in the streets, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. So they see my pain, so they name drop, dry snitch. Fucked in the game, the glam and the glitz. What's the price on fame? This crazy life of all. Yeah.
I'm running through the alley and in the alley. Hop at the second of sundown, no front from January on down to December. I'm loving the burst of the month.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Catch your checks and get up.
unfortunate. And it's a persecution of Karen Reed. Yeah, we remain hopeful.
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. This one's explosive.
Let's go.
Lost in a dream, don't know which way to go. If you were all that you seem, then baby I'm moving way too slow. I've been a fool before, wouldn't like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Oh, straight up now tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now tell me, is it gonna be you and me forever?
Yeah, on and on. Back in the days when I was younger. Yeah, turn me up in the headphones. Summertime vibes, you know what I mean?
He put it on my mama.
Where's my ladies at, on my mother's at, you know what I mean? Yeah, state to state, worldwide, listen. We pilot through the struggle, above and beyond. It's a long fall from pride. What you standing on? Goals in plain sight. Get your landing strong. He fucked up to play because he ran it wrong. Underbelly of Boston, filled with racist rats. The sneak gets away, but it often traces back. They digging up the bodies, got DNA to match. Feds listening to your boss, he got life for rap. Damn. Seems the greed indeed, it was trolling you. Court closed wrinkle, they smelling like mildew. Old Spice in the air, old law holding you. It's in God's hands with a creed overview. Too many suckers pulling, not enough pushing. Feeling like Guru, driving Boston to Brooklyn. God's working overtime, devil is cooking. Got shot twice, survived, but the cancer took him. Damn, back in the days when I was younger, Dad was never home, he put it on my mama. I was just a baby when I seen all the trauma, but on God, we gonna shine every summer. Back in the days when I was younger, Dad was never home.
What up, chat?
He put it on my mama. I was just a baby
what
when
up,
I
chat?
seen all the trauma, but on God,
Happy Mother's
we
Day.
gonna shine every summer. Come on,
Daddy wasn't around, mama held it down. How'd you raise us on your own and never let us see you frown? Superwoman, you a superhero in my eyes. See you sacrifice it all to make sure we had better lives. You an angel like you came down from the skies. You came down from the skies. That's on God, on God, on God. That's on God, on God.
And to all the ladies having babies on their own, I know it's kinda rough and you're feeling all alone. Feds picked up the case so far away from home. Try to stay focused, don't let your mind roam. It gets real,
All my mothers out there, let's slow it down. All my ladies, all my moms. This intro's for you. All my mothers, today is your day. Just calm down, relax. Let's just ride out. Let's just calm it down. Let's slow it down.
Hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you.
Yes, I made this intro today. Let's go. Pay attention.
And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. Just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. Trying to raise two bad kids on your own. And there's no way I could pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. And dear mama, you all appreciate it. some liquor and I reminisce. It's through the drama, I can always depend on my mama. To say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy, there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories, full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. There's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it.
Turbulence in the chat. Turbulence in the chat.
Keep the brain rocking.
Your chat, this is your chat, people.
Let's go, people. We can't read. Jen, how was your Mother's Day? Jen, how was your Mother's Day? All right, Bob, you getting blocked.
Welcome to the J.F.K. stream. J.F.K. stream. Another day. As we travel on. One day at a time. Gonna take you up to 39,000 feet. Put your trays up. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Message from the flight deck.
Had to block some people. I'm working over here too. Jen.
Welcome to the JFK stream. Another day. As we travel on. One day at a time.
Yes.
Gonna take you up to 39,000 feet.
39,000 feet. What's up, chat? Everybody relax, put their trays up.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Message from the flight deck.
Message from the flight deck. I go by the name of J.F.K. Jen, how was your Mother's Day?
Feels good putting money in your mailbox.
How was your Mother's Day, ladies? How was your Mother's Day? Would you believe it, huh? How luck would have it. Jen was on the stand about a week ago, right? She was on the stand. Paces are on fire, huh? Check that score real quick. Jen was on the stand, and did she know that a week later was going to be Mother's Day? To think that the topic of conversation at Jen's house was, Ma, do you think you're going to go to prison? Ma. I think you did good on the stand. I don't think you did good on the stand. Is that the FBI outside in the ice cream truck? Right, Jen? The ice cream truck. You know about the ice cream truck, right, Jen? They're trying to hide Higgins, hide Brian A., and hide Matt McCabe. The prosecution don't want to call them. They rather just hide them. Right, Jen? Right.
Called you on the phone. Is that right?
Actually, they walked up to my car.
At that point, they had not identified themselves, correct?
They didn't know.
Correct?
They didn't know.
All right. And at that point, you told them that you were not Jennifer McCabe. They asked you who you were, and you said, "I'm Nicole."
I thought they were like selling something, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm not the homeowner."
Oh no, I'm not the homeowner. Fair enough.
A little when the ice cream truck was at the street next door, and I'm saying, "Did the ice cream truck come?" It's
You don't have no eyes. You didn't get none. You didn't get none.
They first contacted you telephonically. Called you on the phone. Is that right?
Actually, they walked up to my car.
At that point, they had not identified themselves, correct?
They didn't know.
Correct?
They didn't know.
All right. And at that point, you told them that you were not Jennifer McCabe. They asked you who you were, and you said, "I'm Nicole."
I thought they were like selling something, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm not the homeowner."
Oh no, I'm not the homeowner. Fair enough.
A little when the ice cream truck was at the street next door, and I'm saying, "Did the ice cream truck come?" It's
You don't.
Tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick. Tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick. It can't stop how one. Tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick. Tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick.
Damn, Jen. Your Mother's Day wasn't like any other Mother's Day. Your last Mother's Day was the same as this Mother's Day. You gotta explain yourself, you know? It's wild. You just want things to be regular again, right, Jen? Why wouldn't you? But see, let's do the common sense check, people. Let's just say it's the way they say it was, right? Oh, whoa, we got some turbulence. Hold on a minute. We got Priscilla coming through. Let's fucking go. $4.99. Thank you. We got Nurse Dev. Thank you so much. Hey, guys. Love the song. Appreciate you. Cynthia, $4.99. Sending love. Let's dance. Let's do it. Not that, Dina. Because I love my linens. That's what's up, girl. I appreciate you. Love you too, girl. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Jen's bugging. Let's just say it was like they say it was, right? Let's just say Karen did do what they say she did. Let's just say that's the way it is, right? So which means that John was outside on the lawn, right? And after they found out about it, Higgins found out. Big Bad Brian A. found out. Nicole found out right outside on their lawn. There was a murder scene. There was an investigation scene. This guy, Brian Albert, is an investigator. This guy, Kevin from South Boston, is an ATF agent. You mean to tell me they wouldn't have went outside and figured out how this went down? And by the way, if they went outside, they probably would have noticed 47 pieces of taillight. They probably would have noticed the hat. They probably would have noticed the sneaker. They would have been looking for something. They probably would try to understand, how did he die? How did he get hit by a car? And how did this happen to him? They would go outside. Did they drink a beer? You know, they drink a lot. Probably would do a shot, right? I could see Kevin from South Boston and Brian A. Right, Kevin from South Boston? Appreciate what you guys do, right? When this comes out that she actually did it. When this comes out that she actually did it. God damn, when it comes out. I'm still waiting for it to come out. What exactly are you saying? But when you found out John was dead, the guy who you was with the night before, hanging out with him, you guys didn't go outside to that lawn and take a look around and see what the hell you might see? You guys didn't do a shot in his memory? You guys went all the way to New York for a New York cop, right? Guy died right there on the lawn. Guy you was with the night before. Guy 2 weeks before that, you was at a Patriots game with. Oh, by the way, Big Bad Brian A., he's a Boston cop. You're a Boston cop. You guys didn't go outside 83 feet. 83 feet, isn't that what it is? To go pay your respects, light a candle, take a look around. No, you guys wouldn't do that. You went back to sleep. Yeah, that's what cops do. They go back to bed, right? Common sense. Jen, how was your Mother's Day, girl? How was it? How was your fucking Mother's Day, girl? You know what? I think you guys are all wrong, man.
You wrong. 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 You wrong.
Clown. You are a clown. A clown. You are a clown. A clown.
How was your Mother's Day, Jen? Coming to the stage, he goes by the name of Kevy Kev 781, my co-pilot for this evening. We're currently at 26,000 feet, about to take you up to 39,000 feet. What up, Kevy Kev?
What up, what up? Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there, all the moms holding it down.
Not that Dina coming through with that $5 again. Not that Dina getting the plane rocking. Turbulence in the chat gets the plane rocking. Dina, she loves her linens. I take it she's from Lynn.
Yeah, what up, what up?
Kevy Kev, talk to the people. You haven't, Bukaki went through the text messages. You wasn't on that flight. Damn, she coming through. Not that Dina.
I'll tell you.
Equaling Daddy's golf day. Wow, Dina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, girl. Shit. Hold on a minute. I gotta take it. We got turbulence on takeoff, bro. Holy shit. I gotta drop something. I love this song. This goes out. All respect. All respect. Calm down. You know who you are. All respect. Let's drop it. Something like this.
Now this shit is set in stone. I can't leave my craft alone. Now I barely see my home.
Static Selector. Barely see my home. Power Wild, baby. Hey. From the start, all I had was hustling hard. The struggle is my fuel, but I do not harp. A lot of long nights hitting licks when it's dark. When bills due, me and lazy people depart. Prayer and meditation, gotta keep my mind sharp. Power Wild Mart, never been no mark. Move smart, big dog bite, but don't bark. Get you painted, I ain't talking about some art. The land of the free, that's a farce, cause everything costs. I upgraded from sleeping on the floor to a couch. From apartment to a townhouse, new ice mouse. Static Selector going out, bounce back from a loss. J.F.K. grinding and Barber getting bands. The whole team get paid if we stick to the plans. We suited at the Grammys, but we started off with grams. Supply and demand and expand, you understand?
From the bottom, now I rose. Now this shit is set in stone. I can't leave my craft alone. Now I barely see my home.
JFK, y'all.
Barely see my home.
Talk to him. Let's go. Cops on the scanner, them kids are in the street. The rats making profit cause they eating with police. Trying to touch their souls, but it's like they out of reach. So we hit them with some lyrics and we vibe to the beats. Baby mama.
Yes. Appreciate you, Dina, for that turbulence, keeping the plane rocking.
Yeah, Gina.
James Jackson is in the chat. James Jackson, the one and only James Jackson. He's in the control tower tonight.
What up? What up?
Keeping us away from the haters. So what was you seen Bukkake, Buchanan, whatever his name is, whatever they want to call him. You seen him reading the text messages. What did you get out of that?
Oh. Yeah, man, I'll tell you, he didn't want to admit. I mean, I think he felt a little uncomfortable, to be honest with you. You could see how he was just trying to, you know, simplify it, let's say, you know, trying to not get any context out of it, you know. But I think we heard more this time around with those texts than we did the first trial, if I'm mistaken. But I think. What's your take on that?
What, the text messages?
Yeah, you feel like we heard a little bit more than what we did last year? Like a few things might have been retracted or whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. We heard that she had colon cancer. We didn't hear that. First time I knew that.
Yeah, and you know, and he didn't even you know, I mean, ain't he a dude that, you know, he lost his father due to cancer and shit? I mean, he could have spoke up. He could have, you know, he could have had a little, you know, he could have threw a little G in there to try to, you know, soften that conversation up and you know, ask a little bit about it, seem a little concerned, but you know, he just wanted to pound that shit. That's all he wanted, you know. And
yeah, that's a fact.
The other thing too was you know, he's an alcoholic. You know, he's got an issue there. And you know, Karen made a little comment in one of her text messages, and he got all defenseful and shit, you know. He gets uncomfortable with that.
Uncomfortable with what exactly are you saying?
Being told that, you know, maybe he drinks a little too much.
Oh yeah, that part.
You know that you know, them you know, that might have been really the only thing they had in common. You know,
big facts.
Other than, you know, what you seem to make from the text messages about, you know, being kind of you know, have that independence, you know, living, you know, owning a house by yourself, no kids, you know, shit like that. But you know, that seemed to be the common denominator right there, was like, you know, that put them in their happy spot was, you know, holding a glass of, you know, their preferred drink.
The guy Yuri could never say Proctor's name.
Yeah. Not once.
Like, he was so, like, they're doing everything they can to hide these people from the jury. They're hiding Higgins. They're going to hide Brian A. Check this out. It's crazy.
Is there a reason that you want to try to distance yourself from naming Michael Proctor as the lead investigator in the case? Is there some reason?
I am not trying to distance myself. All I'm saying is the term that I use is the case officer.
The case officer? Okay. How insane is that? How they, you know, with the wordplay. It's a case officer. He wasn't a lead detective. And the question is the jury buying this? You know, I would hope they're not. And I would be on that side that they're not. But what if they are? Right?
A good point, but like you just said, that first part, I think they're seeing right through this dude. I mean,
he's back on the stand again tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's got to be tiring. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about like, I mean, he's a state trooper. I mean, he gets up and he suits up and he jumps in his car, he gets his coffee, and he fucks the duck for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like dodging this, dodging that before he gets his call or where he's gonna be. But a guy like Alan Jackson, I mean, that dude's staring in the mirror and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's making sure his fucking cuffs are nice, his collar's tight. It's like he's getting ready to go to battle. You know what I'm saying? So he can withstand that standing in that courtroom, but it might be tough for Bukaki here to fucking, he might get tired on that third day. You know what I'm saying?
Wear him down, right?
Yeah. It's an uncomfortable
We're
feeling.
simply case managers. There's no leading.
He's a detective, an investigator.
He is a detective, yes.
He is a detective. No. Disclaimer. He was a detective. He was a detective.
He was the one who was assigned by the Massachusetts State Police because of his on-call status that night, that morning, January 29, 2022. He was assigned to the case, correct?
Michael.
Yes or no? Assigned to the case. That's all I'm asking.
Well, you said a lot before that,
No,
so
I
I,
didn't.
no.
Who was?
He was assigned to be on call a month prior. Just because he was on call, he was assigned.
So what they're doing here is they're trying to say that there's no conspiracy, right? Like Proctor got the case because he was assigned to work overtime or whatever it might be, and then the murder call came through, or the accident, whatever how you want to look at it, came through, and he got, by default, he got assigned the case, but it wasn't a setup. It wasn't like they said, "Hey, Proctor, we need your help." And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like, yeah, Proctor knew these people, which was a conflict of interest, and he should have just said, "I can't take it right off jump. I can't take this case because I know these people." But they're trying to say that he was on call and he got the case by um by luck would have it, right? And that's how they're trying to paint the picture.
And the case as a result. He was not assigned the case right there and then, because his assignment began much earlier in the day.
Any case that happened to come in would be assigned to whom?
To the on-call trooper that's on the schedule.
Which was whom?
Which was who?
It was Michael Proctor.
God damn, bro, that took a lot for you to say.
No.
And wait till they get to Michael Proctor. I hope they could get to Michael Proctor soon. I don't know how long the prosecution has with their case. We're hearing that, it's going to be somewhat soon. So I think we need to get Proctor up there ASAP so they get real acquainted with who Proctor is. Look at Karen.
Let me just ask you this. Do you believe that Michael Proctor, his involvement in this case, taints the investigation?
Damn, Bukaki, that's $1 million question right there, huh, buddy?
Tainted the investigation?
No.
What?
Unbelievable.
Wow. He was better off saying yeah, no?
In some aspect, I thought they were gonna stop pointing the finger at that dude anyways. I mean, there was a lot of fucked up shit that dude did. I think that the Bukaki's starting to realize that Proctor had his fingers in there a little bit more than what he was directed to do. You know what I'm saying?
All things dyslexia. All the texts contribute to the understandings Higgins feeling angry and humiliated at the waterfall. Yes, he did. Thank you so much. Boston Terriers for Life said these police are crooked as politicians smile. Sunny Delight says it may look like they are protected, Proctor, but they just want the federal investigation to end when the state police, with the state police, and not any further. Jess says, looking fly, JFK. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. We're all fly tonight. We're all flying 39,000.
39,000.
We're all just enjoying the flight. Hope your day was great. I think he should have just said, yeah, dude Proctor got, because now it's like they're confused. If the jury don't know anything about this case at this point, they're wondering who the fuck is Proctor, right?
Not at all.
The investigation was done with honor, integrity, and all the evidence pointed in one direction only.
Honor and integrity by Michael Proctor?
Wow, what a pause that was, huh?
Yeah.
Was that a question? I'm sorry.
Sure is.
Question?
Everything I say is a question.
Everything.
Honor and integrity by Michael Proctor, Sergeant? Okay.
I'll allow it.
The investigation was conducted with honor and integrity, and all the evidence pointed in one direction and one direction only.
So, Sergeant Buchanan, you don't want to answer my question, correct?
I will answer your question, absolutely.
Do you think this case was handled with honor and integrity by Michael Proctor, Sergeant?
The investigation was handled with integrity by Michael Proctor.
You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong.
Melanie Gore says, JFK, I saw Teddy Swims last night, and he did not disappoint. Amazing show. Yes, Teddy. Teddy is amazing for sure. Proctor got fired because of this case, so it's just so stupid to say yes to that. It is.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what do you think? He's not being represented. He's got no backing from this Massachusetts State Police anymore. You think his true colors are really going to come out? You think they're going to get under his skin? Usually when you're behind that blue line and shit, man, how did they put it? The family's, he's not a decorated dude anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he could come unhinged. You know what I mean? He's got no backing. He ain't getting back in that cruiser. He ain't fucking putting on that fucking county mountie hat no more and those fucking high boots.
No.
He's done.
Done. Kelly Reed is in the chat. Happy Sunday, gentlemen. Prayers for a great week for Team Reed. Prayers. Tell Karen we got her back. It's going to be interesting, Kelly, this week. We're here. We're going to be watching every step of the way. Thank you, Kelly, for checking in and engaging with us. I appreciate you. Where's Karen at? Tell Karen to jump in the chat if she's around. Tell her to come in and say hi. I'm sure all 447 people would love to see Karen say hi right now.
Yeah.
If she's around, that'd be awesome. So what do I think if Proctor will flip is what you're saying?
What do you think his composure is going to be? How do you think he's going to handle this?
Think about this, right? He's got another job, right? Working security or something like that. He's still got a pistol, right? They didn't take the gun away from him, the gun license, so that's big in Massachusetts. He didn't get arrested for anything, so he's not a felon. So he can get a job working security, which I heard he already has a job doing that, right? He's doing
private eye or something?
Yeah, private investigative stuff. So he's gonna get, he's gonna slide into that because he got experience. And you know how these people are. The people running these security companies, they probably don't care about this case. Maybe some do. Most of them are just looking for someone they can rely on, show up to the job, has experience, and he does. Unfortunately, he's just a crooked motherfucker. You know, he don't have police powers no more, so they don't need him to be the police. They need him to act like a cop. So he would love it. He would love it. You know, because he's still gonna act like a cop. But the point is, he's not going to give that up. He's not going to give that up. The little bit of money he's going to make off that, he's not going to give that up to rat people out. Because if he did, then he would have to admit he was involved in a conspiracy. He was involved in setting people up. So he's not going to risk getting arrested unless they come at him. Unless the feds come at him and say, "Listen, you don't have a job no more. We need someone to set the stage." And yeah, so then I think he would flip if it went that way. If the feds knocked on his door, FBI, who is it? FBI. Hey, Proctor, what up, buddy? So be honest, did you put the tail light out there? Did you protect Brian A? All right, I did it. All right, bingo. And then it's on. But if the feds never come, I don't think he's gonna say anything. But over time, bro, I don't think immediately that will happen. To answer your question, I don't think like we're gonna see like that anytime soon. But over time, think about it. I give you some food for thought. The pandemic was 5 years ago. That shit seemed like yesterday.
Yeah.
So my point is, John O'Keefe died 3 years ago. Over 3 years now.
Yep.
It's what, June? Almost? So February, March, April, May. So he's been dead 30. He's been dead almost 40 months.
Oh.
Right? So perspective. So where are we going to be at in 40 months? Where are we going to be at in 5 years with this? It's not going away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still going to be talk. It's just because, especially if it goes unsolved, if nothing ever happens, like Karen walks and Higgins goes on with his life and, and then this lady right here goes on with her Mother's Days. Jen, how was your Mother's Day?
Yeah, right.
See, Jen, don't worry about this Mother's Day. Worry about the next 5 Mother's Days. Worry about the next one next year, the next one the year after. They're just going to get worse and worse, especially on days like that when you have to be, when mothers are up on a pedestal and women are looked at as, respected for what they are, right? Carrying, nurturing, breastfeeding, creating life, the whole shit. And then you turn the page and did the worst thing you could do. You betrayed a friend and you helped cover up a death. Allegedly. So worry about the future. Because Jen, chat, everybody, pandemic was 5 years ago. John's been dead almost 40 months. Time keeps going on. Fast. Can we all agree on that?
Yep.
So if that answers your question.
Yeah, no matter what the outcome is, Proctor, at any given time, someone's gonna be like, wow, hey, the Karen Reed case, right? Like, they're gonna they can't outlive this no more now. Fucking Higgins, that shit's gonna ride with him no matter what.
You're right.
Now, I don't know how much more ball fucking Hank can dribble, too. Because, his...
Disclaimer. Yo, pause if necessary, son. Did you just say I don't know how many ball. No, I don't know how many ball. How much more ball?
Ball he can dribble.
God damn, pause if necessary. Holy shit. Woo! James Jackson, attention. Message from the flight deck. Message to the control tower. You out there, James Jackson?
Calm the fuck down, Kev.
Oh, man. My 8-year-old saw John O'Keefe's arms and said dog bite. So you said you don't know how much more dribble.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
So you don't know how much more he can do this balancing act. Let's just put it that way.
You know, I mean, what I'm saying is I don't know how much he's going to bring to the table. You know, it seems like his key players, he's trying to, you know, it's almost like he's trying to get ahead of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like with who he's bringing up. And he's trying to paint that picture. But that shit's going to run out soon. I don't think his playlist is towards the end. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when the defense comes in with their witnesses.
Hold on a second, Kev. I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to break your thought, but talk time when Amy said, "What the fuck did I just walk into?" God damn, Kev.
I
You scared the shit out of Amy.
Balls.
Oh shit. Go ahead, man. I didn't mean to break your thought. I'm sorry. I'm just busting chops.
Just, you know, I think the playlist that Hank got is getting thin. You know what I mean? It's at towards the end. And, you know, we got a couple of, you know, experts that are gonna come in. We got a doctor that's gonna come in, I believe, next.
Yeah.
You know, we still gotta hear from a couple more key players.
Who do you think's gonna be next after Bukaki? Like, what do you think his strategy is after seeing? Because, you know, do you think? All right, let me ask you this honest question: do you think that Hank Brennan think Buchanan fucked everything up, or does he think he's still in a good space? Where do you think Hank Brennan? I'm speaking from the mind of Hank Brennan. Like when he gets with the Four Horsemen, he gets with Krowski Sr., Krowski Jr., and Gary Zarola hits him on the Corey links. What do you think they're telling him? What do you think they're telling him? You think they're telling him he's okay, or you think they're telling him, hey, you know, things are. Where do you think his mind's at, if you could guess? That's a good question, right?
It is. Well, I think Gary, he's probably asking Gary, fucking, how do I get the dog up there?
Yeah, right.
How do I bring the dog to the stand? Did you ever tell that story? How do I bring the dog to the stand?
Oh, yeah. I told the story. Yeah, 100%. I told the story. Gary subpoenaed a dog, and the judge was like, "Who's Leo? Who's the dog was named Leo?" And he's like, "Who's Leo? Officer Leo." And the DA was like, "It's a canine." And he was like, "Well, the canine was there, Your Honor. I want to fucking, I want to cross it. I want to bring him in as a witness." Like just shit like that. He was nuts, and that's what I'm saying. Like whatever they can do, whatever how they can manipulate the law and move things around, they will, and that's what they do. Krowski does it. I mean, they're very good at making things seem so simple. Like Krowski gets on there on court TV, and he simplifies it so easy. You know, Jen McKay didn't go in the house because, you know, she wasn't thinking straight. And she was just, you know, John was on the ground and she was too busy calling 911. And like the way he says it, and he just totally can turn that side of his brain off because he's a professional to be like, well, wait a minute, that's a cop in the house. That's her sister. That's her brother-in-law. You know, like the dog's barking. He just totally shuts that off. And he says, that doesn't matter because I could just say this and I could just not, you know, just no sell it. My face is saying it. I'm looking right at the camera. And that's what these people do. And they know the jury. They do this every day. They love this pot. They love this pot, the jury. So what do you think Hank's saying? Like by looking at, I mean, hopefully the jury's looking at this situation as like, what is going on here? I mean, if they don't know anything about this case, they're probably like, what is these text messages? Who's this guy Higgins? Because all they know about who Higgins is the guy in the hoodie, right? So let me ask you this. We'll bring that up. I'm going to look for that right now. But what do you think about the waterfall when Alan Jackson brought that in? What do you think? You think he did a good job on that?
You know,
I'm gonna find that right now, so just bear with me. Go ahead, brother.
I mean,
Talk to the people.
I think it was key. I'm glad that he brought that kind of a version in, that exploded version. You know what I mean? Wasn't real cloudy and shit. And I will say I kind of wish that he paid more attention to the body language between them all. You know, all four of them, Chris, Brian, and him. You know, he didn't really pick up on the heel toe. I mean, those are significant. You know, John O'Keefe was flexing like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm finishing my bid. I ain't running out there. Oh yeah, I'll be right out. I'll be right out." You know what I mean? He was kind of punking him the fuck off.
Yeah, he never said anything about how he never said why did why did a pizza man?
Yeah, he didn't really.
Why did a pizza man grab an ATF agent, right?
He didn't break none of that really down. I mean, it kind of showed, you know, I think, you know, they were trying to, you know.
I think that's the main thing, though. I think the main thing is, why did a pizza? You got to paint the picture. Chris Albert's not a cop. You're talking about cops. Why did a pizza man, a guy who makes pizza, grab an ATF agent's arm? And Turtle Boy made a great point the other night. Everybody else was walking out. And I respect Turtle Boy for that, because Turtle Boy, he says shit in a simple form sometimes too. Because, he said J.F.K. and James Jackson probably came in their pants. Disclaimer, when we seen them put the Waterfall video and busting our balls, right? Which, we were excited. Disclaimer, because we're happy they're finally, bringing it in. And I appreciate, and Turtle Boy, if you're watching, I appreciate you putting us on Twitter and putting us over and recognizing, our work. And but it's not just our work, it's the long game is work, your work, Turtle Boy, everybody. I wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the long gamers, and if it wasn't for you opening this whole shit up, we wouldn't even be talking about it. So it's all of us. But I appreciate you pointing that out, and I definitely appreciate it. But last night he went over it. Turtle Boy went over it. Someone sent me a clip. Misty, I think she sent me something in my inbox saying Turtle Boy was talking about it and gave me the timestamp. And I went and I watched it. And so Turtle Boy said, listen, he said it very simple. Everybody was walking out. He put it in his perspective. Everybody was walking out. Everybody was leaving, and you didn't want to leave. You turned around and was like, "Rah."
Yep.
I mean, that explains it all. So it's like, back to how you're going to explain it. Like, I can't say, the reason why I'm saying that, be clear, is because I can't explain how I would say it, right? Like, so AJ's doing it his way, Turtle Boy would do it his way, JFK would do it his way. But at the end of the day, hopefully the jury seen what we see, So I don't know if there is a proper way to explain it, right? Is my way more effective? I don't know. A lot of people say I break it down, but I did it. I had 100 tries at doing it. You know what I mean? So AJ, this is his first try doing it. So if he does it again for Brian A, he does it again for Caitlin, does it again for Chris. And every time he does it, I'm sure he'll finesse it. But as of right now, what I've seen, I think that he should have explained a little bit into detail what that was. Did you see him grab his arm? Because it was kind of left that part out. And I think that's the main part, because at the end of the day, you could look at it as, oh, he's just telling him to come in. And we all know Higgins said he didn't say goodbye to anybody, but they don't know that. But the grabbing of the arm is everything.
I think you're right with how it played out with Bukaki, because he got Bukaki to admit that they were in a fighting stance, and it did look like they were roughhousing a little bit, and he got that out of Bukaki, which that didn't come out like that the last trial. I wouldn't call it that. I think it was just, a couple of grown guys fucking tapping each other on the ass. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come out where, you know, and how Jackson broke that down to Bukaki was, you know, he started with the military. You know, hey, did you know that Brian was in the military? Did you know that Higgins was in the military? You were in the military. I mean, you can't tell me that you've never been trained on self-defense or hand-to-hand combat. Would you call that were they squaring off? Were they, they weren't sparring, but what do you call that? And he called it. You know what I'm saying? He called it as, yeah, I could see them, squaring off in like a fighting stance, which I think that was kind of key with that one, But like you said, he's going to show this a couple more times, I think. I think he has to.
He has to. I mean, it's the whole thing. I mean, I was talking with someone last night, and they said the same thing. They said if you want to go with the third party culprit, then that's where you have to bring this video up. Because and understand, people, when we talk about the Waterfall, we understand what the Waterfall did for the J.F.K. show, as far as we did a reenactment. We went over it so many times, and we got the guy who's saying, come on, and we got the ATF agent to call in, and that's great. But at the end of the day, that's great. But if we're going to think there's a third-party culprit and we're going to say it was on site and it happened that fast, bow, 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 then that's where it started, right? It lines up 11:32. Right? They play fight 11:58. Pizza man grabs ATF boy 12:20. You come in here by 12:32. John's not moving, so there you go. That's the on site. So yeah, it has a lot to do with that consciousness of guilt, dare I say, him calling in. And there was a woman on Twitter. I guess he does what's her name on Twitter? I don't know. Anybody see that video? The woman who does a Netflix podcast. I think her name's Rose or something. She actually, her and her friend were talking about me and James, how we intercepted that phone call. And she talked about the whole Higgins situation. But once again, and she didn't mean to. There wasn't a disclaimer. It wasn't no deliberate shit. She just was talking about the you wrong, and she pointed something out. In the text messages, let me see if someone's saying her name real quick, so I can say her name. You wrong. Yeah, I saw that video. Anybody know her name? No, I think her name's Lavoli. I think her name, last name. I don't want to say her name wrong. I could go look on my Twitter. Have you wished a Yankee Commonwealth happy motherfucker day? Frank, I don't know even what that means. Yeah, they need to explain the significance of the heel toe, because I wouldn't know exactly. Well, the heel toe, some people will say you're getting ready to dance. Some people will say it's the Ali shuffle, like Sean on the golf would call it. I call it heel toe. I say I was the first one to point it out. That's what got me here where I'm at now. And that's just factual. That's not, I hate to put myself over.
That's something that wasn't brought up the other day, which I think that needs to be recognized big time.
Well, it does. And he waves back. And it's like, I just think that John was in a drunk state of mind when he seen him walk out. When he seen him walk out, he did the heel toe. Like, man, because now John's thinking at that point, if I walk outside and they're still out there, it's on. Because that's what you got to think. It's closing time, right?
Yeah.
And the people sit outside.
Hell yeah.
You're there with your girl. He's looking at Maddie M. He's looking at who he got. There's 2 against 1. He knows that right off jump. So he's like, damn, I got to go out there and confront this. And he knows Chris. And that's the reason why Chris, and that's another thing, they didn't show the part where Chris stayed. Chris stayed and drank his beer, which he was on a diet. I just stay and drink a beer. You said you was on the diet. You wasn't trying to go out. It was a ritual. Your wife had to drop off the clothes. You wasn't even trying to go out. You wasn't trying to go out, Chris say, but you were the last person to leave. Yep. Where does that make sense? Your wife was gone already. They already left. The Pipples already left, but you stayed and sat right in front of John. And you sat in front of John because you wanted to explain to him, Yo, I don't know what that was all about, my dude. You know, and you wanted to stay in that particular space because just in case they ran back in, Pizza Boy was gonna once again manhandle ATF Boy.
In my eyes too, I feel like, you know, you see those hand gestures that he's making to Kevin. I mean, to John O'Keefe. He's he's pointing his finger. He's like, "Yo, you outside, you outside."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that shit was supposed to go down in that parking lot in the back at the Waterfall. I mean, in all reality, JFK, if you got a couple drinks in you and you're lit and you're feeling some type of way, the shit's gonna jump off right when the dude comes out. You know what I'm saying? His hands are gonna come out of his hoodie and he's gonna be like, "What's up?" And I think Chris Albert knew that shit was gonna happen in that parking lot, and he's like, "Yo, I don't want no drama out here, man. I don't want no drama. Don't be putting that shit out here in the parking lot." Because I mean, I believe that, like Chris Albert, he had that back parking lot on lockdown for some reason. Maybe they hung out back and, you know.
Well, I don't think Chris was as drunk as them, you know, when it comes down to the come down. You know, it just came down to Kevin from South Boston, you know. We talked about this before, and I'll run it by Kevin because Kevin wasn't on the show last time. Let me take a couple super chats before we get into it. My 8-year-old saw John O'Keefe's arms and said dog bite. Bingo. 8-year-olds don't lie. AJ could testify and narrate. He can only ask questions. If Yuri doesn't say it, that's it. He has to wait for closing to narrate it. Be patient, it will come. The jurors will get the whole video. Gladys. Yeah, exactly. He can't lead. I get it. He can't.
Yeah.
The video proved two things. Higgins had an issue with John, and the cops didn't explore any other suspects because they ignored that video. Bingo. Exactly. Yep. And it's just, you know, honestly, people, I appreciate the super chats and the knowledge, too. Norman and, who was the other one? Norman and Gladys Kravitz. Appreciate it. And that's what I think, honestly. I know they have a job to do, and there's certain ways they have to do it. I get all that. I just get nervous. It's scary. I just want them to see and know what we know.
Yo, Higgins, if you're out there, the shit's coming for you, brother.
Talk to him, Kev. Go ahead, talk to him.
Shit's coming, man. It's called accountability. We ain't done with you, man. We ain't done with you. You're going to be up on court TV a couple more times, man. Alan's going to show this video. Your shit's going to get uncovered. You were the last dude texting this dude. You coming here? You coming here? Remember that shit, man. You should fucking call in.
Kev. Holy shit. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I got this little intro that I made for the mothers. I would like to share it with you guys one more time. Hey, all my out there, what up? Mic check to the guards. Hey, Jen. How was your Mother's Day?
Money in your mailbox. Love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. Just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. Trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Dear mama, you all appreciate it.
Pour some liquor and I reminisce. It's through the drama, I can always depend on my mama to say the words that can get me back in focus.
When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy, there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories, full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. There's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
All my mothers in the chat. Yes. Currently at 39,000. This is your chat. Currently at 39,000 feet. Yes. I go by the name of J.F.K. Read, Karen, read, everybody. Shame on you. Normal moms, huh? Shame on you. How we feeling, chat?
Welcome to the JFK stream. JFK stream. Another day, another day. As we travel on, one day at a time, one day at a time. Gonna take you up to 39,000 feet. Put your trays up, Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, Message from the flight deck,
Celtics are back, hit it! You already know. Yes. Yes.
That was a nice intro.
Yeah, I put that together today before I came on.
Today was a beautiful day too, man. Let me tell you, the weather was great down here. I don't know about you,
I'm glad
but
you can finally hear it. The beats.
Yeah.
You can hear the beats. That's good. It came
Well,
through that you can hear it. Usually you
yeah,
can't hear it.
I came in a different way, bro. I didn't come in through. I've been coming in through Facebook.
Good. All right.
When you sent me that link, man. Remember, we were going through that messenger. When you sent me the link this time, it was regular.
Phone.
Yeah, regular.
Send it through the text. Oh, that's why I'll do it next time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it that way.
Yeah, because
I did it both because sometimes you ain't on Messenger.
I
made sure I hit you both.
I could dance. I got some rhythm, bro. I could dance and shit.
Yes, we're gonna get Kevy Kev. Who wants to see Kevy Kev dance? Hold on, man. What are we doing here? Who wants to see Kevy Kev? I need your ones up. If people want to see Kevy Kev bust a move, put them ones up. Put them ones up. If you want to see Kevy Kev dance, what should we drop for him? Ah, man, Kevy Kev, you fucked up.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to drop it like this. Hold on, I'm going to drop it. I got you, bro. Oh, man, we're going to get the plane rocking. Heavy
Yo,
Kev breaking it
good,
down.
bro. I'm back, bro. It feels good.
He feels good. That's what's up, Kevy Kev.
Yeah,
Yes.
what up? What up?
That's a
I ain't sitting in the corner no more and shit.
So let's play a little bit of when they went over that waterfall video. Let's get into a little bit of that real quick. Thank you, Pink Wave. Appreciate you. See where I'm at.
Mad traffic. Yo, I have mad traffic drove by. I'm over here gigging, bro.
Your response and nothing. Enhance it.
I'll use the screen in front of me for initial indication. I believe that is Brian Higgins right there.
Can you do me a favor, just so everybody has a perspective? Can you also point to him there? Okay.
There you go, right there. I believe that is Brian Higgins.
Okay. Do you see Brian Albert in that video?
I can't tell you exactly.
I can't tell you
Maybe
exactly.
if you run it a little bit longer, or zoom it in, I could possibly tell you, but from right here, right now, I cannot.
Sergeant, why don't we play this for a couple of seconds? And if you don't mind, if you get to a point where you recognize the person that you know is Brian Albert, could you just tell me to stop and I'll pause it?
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and play it with the court's permission. Sure. Can you pause it?
Stop it.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
Brian Albert is the individual right there. Right there.
Can you describe what Brian Albert and
There it is, Kevin from South Boston.
The witnesses indicated the person toward the left.
All
right
eyes
under
on
the
you.
29 on the chyron on top, the 29.
Yes.
Can you describe what you see the two individuals, Brian Albert and Brian Higgins, doing in this scene?
It looks like they are facing each other, possibly squaring off.
You wrong.
Play this for
You wrong. You
Squaring off, huh, buddy? God damn, Kevin from South Boston.
Can we pause it? Sergeant, did you see either of the two men or both of them squaring off in what you would consider to be a fighting stance?
I guess it could be considered that. I would look more like ref housing. It's a couple of buddies messing around.
I'm not suggesting they were actually fighting, but fighting stance.
Yeah, no, they were not. They were not fighting. No.
Go ahead and play it.
Yeah, you got Bukaki talking for you, Kevin from South Boston.
Yeah, that's a wrong move. You know what?
Can you pause it? Sergeant, do you happen to see in this shot, just for orientation, do you see my client, Ms. Reed?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the two gentlemen.
That's fair. That's kind of an unfair question. Could you, if we play this a few more seconds, could you look around, scan around, and tell me if you see someone that you believe is my client?
Yes, I will try.
Let's go ahead and play.
heel toe, hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe. Let's go, let's go. Hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe. Let's go, let's go.
Yes, I believe she's in top left, top right corner of the frame talking to Mr. O'Keefe and I believe two other gentlemen.
Long hair?
On your client?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and play this up to 11:08, please.
$11:49. We're getting close.
Y'all ready? Okay, hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe. Let's go, let's go. Hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe, hit the heel toe. Let's go.
Any conversation do you have with her then?
She proceeds to scream my name multiple times, that John didn't come home. She left him at the waterfall. Just woken up. I was...
What's going on?
There's a guy unresponsive in the snow.
Jen, how was your Mother's Day?
Fairview Road in Canton, Mass.
Thank you.
There's a man passed out in the
take
snow.
that one
There's a
down
man...
briefly. This is, if we'd have the lights, thank you. Sergeant, this is at the waterfall just before midnight on January 29th, 2022, correct?
She drinking a Dunkin' coffee?
What you just saw.
That footage is from the waterfall.
Bev, you drinking a Dunkin'?
Just before midnight on 28th.
I ain't drinking a
I'm
dunk.
sorry. My mistake. On the January 28th, 2022.
I said Deb.
Going into midnight, January 29th, 2022.
What's your name?
All right.
Bev.
This would be just minutes before everyone headed out of the waterfall and went back towards Fairview, correct?
Not everyone. The band didn't go to the Fairview.
Obviously, I'm not talking about the band or the bartenders. I'm talking about Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, John O'Keefe, Karen.
You're a
Reed,
Massachusetts
those
State
folks.
Trooper, dog? Yeah, I know.
Correct?
It's before some of those individuals left the bar and headed to
I think
34
I heard you,
Fairview.
Bukaki. Is that you?
If we can push to runtime 16:35, 17:22, while you're queuing that up. Did you see, after I asked you the initial time about the stance that the two men were taking, Brian Albert and Brian Higgins, did you see them continue to take what could be reasonably described as a fighting stance toward each other, even in jest?
They were squaring off and roughhousing, yeah.
Okay, what does squaring off mean?
Facing an opponent in like wrestling or a martial art, I guess.
Hands up.
Facing an opponent.
Yes, squaring off, yeah.
Kevin, is that you?
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up?
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston. Appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right?
You are former military?
J.F.K.
Yo.
Yes.
And current law enforcement.
That's fucked up, bro. Yo, when she plays
You wrong.
Nah, when you play the what's up, when he just said what's up, that shit sounded like the 911 call that was transferred.
What, when he was talking? You say the 911 caller sound like Higgins?
Yeah, dude. When you just played that Higgins clip that said what's up, that's what they say. That's what that other, when she says there's a man in the snow.
What's going on? There's a guy unresponsive in the snow. 34 Fairview Road in Canton, Mass. There's a man passed out in the snow. There's a man passed out in the snow. There's a guy unresponsive in the snow. There's a man passed out in the snow. There's a guy unresponsive in the snow.
What's going on?
That's not him.
There's a guy unresponsive in the snow. 34 Fairview Road in Canton, Mass. There's a man passed out in the snow. There's a man passed out in the snow. There's a guy unresponsive in
the guy and the man. You had two chances.
Yeah.
You had two chances.
My bad. That just fucked me up.
That's all right, brother. That's all right. And how was your Mother's Day, Jen? Hey, Kerry, how was your Mother's Day?
I know. Where are the blankets? I don't see blankets carried.
Because I was having Jen get the baby blankets to wrap around him out of my car.
I know. Where are the blankets? I don't see blankets carried.
Because I was having Jen get the baby blankets to wrap around him out of my car.
I know. Where are the blankets? I don't see blankets carried.
Because I was having Jen get the baby blankets to wrap around him out of my car.
God damn.
I know. Where are the blankets? I don't see blankets carried.
Because I.
Jen, how was your Mother's Day? Jen, how was your Mother's Day? Free Karen Reed. Let's go.
Hand-to-hand fighting taught in both military and paramilitary organizations like law enforcement?
I had hand-to-hand combat training in the Marine Corps. I had defensive tactics in law enforcement capacity in the Marine Corps, federal, local, and state academies.
Are you aware that Brian Albert is former military?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
I am aware that Brian Albert is former military.
And Brian Albert was also a Boston police officer.
I am aware of that as well, yes.
Are you aware that Brian Higgins was former military and a combat veteran?
Now I am, yes.
And are you aware that Brian Higgins, at the time this was taken, this video was taken, was also a federal law enforcement agent?
I was aware, yes, I was,
Okay.
yeah.
If we can go ahead and run at 1635 to 1722 with the court's permission.
Okay.
Here we go. 11:55. Here comes the kiss. Look at him right behind him. How's that feel? Just a little poke coming through. God damn.
If you can pause it. Can you describe for the jurors what you see Brian Albert and Brian Higgins doing in this footage?
Based on my understanding, it looks like he's giving him the Heimlich maneuver, or abdominal thrust, I guess. I don't know what he's doing.
Brian Albert's got his hands around Brian Higgins' breast.
Yo.
That's what it looks like from here.
Yo. Hold on a minute. Yo, is that the feds outside? Yo, what is going on?
Actually, they walked up to my car.
At that point, they had not identified themselves, correct?
They didn't know. They didn't know.
All right, and at that point, you told them that you were not Jennifer McKay. They asked you who you were, and you said, "I'm Nicole."
I thought they were like selling something, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm not the homeowner."
Oh no, I'm not the homeowner.
Fair enough.
A little when the ice cream truck was at the street next door, and I'm saying, "Did the ice cream truck come?" It's.
What are we watching? What are we watching?
The money!
Huh?
The ice cream man is coming!
You don't have no eyes. You didn't
What are
get
we
none.
watching?
You didn't get none.
What are we watching? He just said the Heimlich maneuver. She's talking about ice cream trucks. Oh, you know, I just say information when the feds come to my house the same way I would say the ice cream truck is outside. And then we got her. It gets better with this trial.
It's fucked up.
Pepperoni. I don't.
Called you on the phone. Is that right?
We got her.
Waitress picks up that pepperoni and sends it back. That's a deletion. Pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving it.
Two slice. No service till you turn that shit off! You want this?
Waitress comes over. This pizza has pepperoni. I don't eat pepperoni. Can you send it back? Waitress picks up that pepperoni and sends it back. That's a deletion. Pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving.
2 slice. No service till you turn that shit off. You are disturbing me. Disturbing my customers. 2 slice. Can't even hear myself think.
There's no music. No rap, no music.
Yo, put some extra mozzarella on that motherfucker and shit.
Extra cheese is $2.
Pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving. It's a deletion. Pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? Right? We're deleting, right? We're deleting it. We're moving. The pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving.
What are we watching?
Fuck,
We got an
that
unsatisfied person. Zenpei said this stream is unbearable. Damn, I'm out. Well, guess what? We don't have parachutes on this plane. So have a good fucking fall. You're free falling. See you on the ground, okay? When they swoop you up.
I'll get
Have a good one.
I'll get the door. Hold on.
Hold on a minute, all right? This is the matter of fact, I'm gonna block you so you never can come back. Have a good one. See you later. Leave it a dirt. Get the fuck out of here.
Come back to the fucking airlock. I'll let you the fuck out.
What are we watching, man? He thought it was the Heimlich maneuver. She's talking about pizza, ice cream. This is crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing.
Could it be described as wrestling or grappling?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play it.
I think he was fucking rubbing his cap gun on him.
This is crazy. When you put it all together, it's crazy.
Yo, you know these.
If we can take that down. During the course of reviewing this video.
Go ahead, talk to the people. What you want to say, bro?
Nah, man, you know these dudes are all packing too.
Oh yeah, they all got their guns on them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They all got a piece on them. And that you've seen right there when Yuri said, you know, they took that stance. That, you know, he's speaking for Higgins, like you said, man. That fucking English is a fucking third fucking language for him. You got this dude speaking on you, Higgins. He don't even know what fucking words mean up there, bro. And he's fucking saying them. Yeah, he'll be on Core TV again and shit. They're going to show him. You're going to be all over the fucking internet. Fucking Microdots is onto his ass, too.
150,000 views or something like that he just got?
You know, and I'll tell you, I watched that video, and I never realized that fucking, you know, Higgins was leaning on that table. And he fucking points at Brian Albert, and he's like, yo, over here. And they had this little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I mean, when I'm seeing that shit, they're all being fucking secret squirrel and shit with each other. Come on.
So you got
you got ice cubes at your house? You got big ice cubes at your house? You think they were whispering about that?
No.
Fuck.
J.F.K. says, when I talk to the feds, I call my friends. Just like I would say the ice cream truck's down the street. I would call my friends and say, hey, the ice cream truck just rolled up. The woman, Jessica Hyde, says, pizza, waffles, deletions, comparing data to pizza. And he's comparing roughhousing to the Heimlich maneuver.
Video.
It's all food related.
The entirety of the video, not just the clips that you just reviewed. did you see where John O'Keefe was, generally speaking, relative to Brian Higgins and Brian Albert?
Throughout the entire time?
Thank you, Kayleen.
He wasn't standing still, I understand that, but generally, was he standing with them or was he closer to the bar in the back of the video?
I believe after Mr. O'Keefe arrived and embraced a few people with hugs, I guess if I had to estimate, most of the time he was on the other side of the table, which would be closest to the bar area.
And after you saw Mr. O'Keefe walk in and greet everybody with salutations, did you ever see him interacting with Brian Higgins and Brian Albert throughout the evening again? On this video?
On this video, I did not know.
I'd like to play runtime, one more clip, Your Honor. Runtime 1915 to 1957, about 45 or 50 seconds. Can you pause it? Just to orient the jurors, can you see any individuals that you earlier described, Brian Higgins, Brian Albert?
11:57, here we go.
Karen Reed, any of those individuals in this clip as yet? Or do we need to play it a little further?
I would need you to play it a little bit further, please.
Is it possible, with the court's permission, to zoom in on the upper portion of the video?
The Waterfall video is in the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen.
You can center that just a little bit to the right. Other way. There we go. Thank you. And if we can go ahead and play that from 1915 to about 1957.
The Waterfall video is in Dedham Superior Court, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, what are you doing? What are you about to do, Kev? Calm the fuck down. Chill. The Waterfall video is in Dedham Superior Court. You see that, Kevy Kev?
Yeah, I'm fucking loving that shit, man. I'll tell you, that's big, bro. You know, there's no getting around this. Right?
Do you recognize the three people center screen now?
Bukaki, Buchanan, tell the people. Kevin from South Boston. When we played that Waterfall video and we did the reenactment, you got real scared because when they look at it from this point of view, he can say, like he's been saying, he could have been talking to somebody else. Question is, did the defense do a reenactment video too? Do they have a picture or a video in real time to show how small it is in there? Ladies and gentlemen, the Waterfall video is in Dedham Superior Court. But I want you to be clear that the Waterfall video that you see, and you see the aggression, and you might not see how serious it really is, and you say, okay. And you got the same question that I have, right? Does the jury see what we see? Does the jury know that aggression?
Does the jury?
Can they tell? Can they? Excuse me, Kev. Can they tell on that wide lens that makes everything more spaced out? Was it that aggressive? Can they tell by that piece of footage? Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, anybody that's watching, your man J.F.K. is your hookup, because I'm going to show you what it looks like in there. This is what it looks like in there, ladies and gentlemen. You just seen that, right? We seen that, right? This is how close they really were. There's John, puts his phone in his back pocket. Looks around. heel toe. You? Come on, come back. I ain't afraid of you.
Don't chase waterfalls, read between lines, keep a fair view, protect your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you and take you inside the Waterfall Bar and Grill in 5K. This is what the waterfall looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything I'm saying
That's how close they really were.
to you right now, right?
Yeah, and you whispering too.
Here's the reenactment video. James Jackson. J.F.K.
Come outside. Come outside.
Yep.
That video right there. That video. Got this guy.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston. Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something. Those two dudes that you're accusing, right? They're decorated dudes. What happens? Like, can you look at this from both sides? And this comes out that she actually did it. Are you ready to, like, you know, put it out there that you were wrong?
You sound like Higgins, bro.
You wrong.
Is this Higgins?
Is this Higgins?
You wrong.
You're Higgins.
Why are we wrong? Why are we wrong?
Fucking Higgins. Higgins called the phone. He hung up. That was Higgins, bro.
That was Higgins, man.
Bro.
You fucking coward, man.
That reenactment video, be clear, is what made Higgins call in. And he knew that if that video gets out there and gets narrated a certain way and pushed a certain way, he's going to look bad. So based on the push, based on the long games, based on the JFK show, microdots, everybody involved in this movement, we got it out there. 1158 is in Dedham Superior Court. All eyes on you, Kevin from South Boston. You're going to testify one way or another.
Dude, it's in the courtroom.
I really can't make it out. I would have to be assuming,
I don't want you to assume.
guessing. I can't make it out
Let's
to
play
identify each individual.
Let's play it forward if we can. One more time. At this point, go ahead and pause it. At this point, can you make out any individuals?
Yes.
Okay.
At this point, I can say that looks like Brian Higgins in the middle of the three gentlemen.
What is he wearing?
It looks like a hooded sweatshirt.
Okay. And the person to his, sorry, let's do it from your perspective or the juror's perspective. The person to the left of Brian Higgins.
I believe that's Brian Albert.
And the person to the right of Brian Higgins.
To the right from my perspective?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I believe that's Chris Albert, but I'm not positive. I'm not
let's go ahead
positive.
and play it. Stop. Did you see Brian Higgins just do something?
I was not paying attention to his gesture. We have to replay that, please.
Does it appear he's looking a particular direction?
He is looking in a particular direction based on that frame, yes.
Is that toward the bar area?
It's in that direction. I don't know exactly where he's looking, whether he's looking at the bar, to the right of the bar. I can't tell from this.
Okay. And John O'Keefe, you indicated earlier that John O'Keefe, that's where you saw him most of the video, toward the bar area, to the right of the bar.
If you scroll to push the screen to the right, I can tell you where Mr. O'Keefe is.
With the court's permission.
Yes.
Do you see
Right
Mr.
now?
O'Keefe in that group of people?
I cannot make him out. Could you play the video? Maybe he is behind an individual.
Let's go back to, if with the court's permission, I'd like to go back to the full video, and let's play it from here.
I can picture what they're saying right now.
Absolutely, brother.
You pause it. Could you see what was happening with Brian Higgins?
He was gesturing to someone. I was trying to see Mr. O'Keefe. We were talking about Mr. O'Keefe, so I apologize.
Understood. With the court's permission, could I play the video one more time with it focused on the other side of the bar?
Okay.
Thank you. Last time.
Can you tell me who to focus on, please,
Yes.
so I'm not looking for the wrong person?
You know who to focus on.
Pause it. Do you see John O'Keefe there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you point to where he is for the jurors, please, on both television?
Mr. O'Keefe is right there wearing the sweatshirt, multi-tone gray sweatshirt with the hood on it and his hat.
And
this
on the other TV?
right
Okay.
there. He's appears to be at the bar paying the bill.
Okay. With this perspective, could we just go ahead and play that, the 30 or 45 seconds one more time? And then please focus on Mr. O'Keefe.
And there's a big problem with that right there. He didn't say who's that moving right there. That was Jen McCabe going back and forth. Who's the girl with the hair? Do you know who she is? And put Jen McCabe there because
exactly.
Jen seen the whole thing. She was looking right at him. And I just hope they know that when John turned around right here, and even when this man from the band is turned around, walking towards them, right now is when they're arguing with each other. Right now, it's happening, right? It's not like when he turns around, there's nobody there. When he turns around, there's two pitbulls and Chris Albert staring at him.
And turns around. She hears the shit.
Oh, she hears it. She knows.
You know she can hear it because you guys were there.
Yeah.
That's
small. Everybody can hear it, dare I say.
And
it's just that I think that what got him confused was from the horseplay. They just didn't really think it went from horseplay to serious, and that's how it usually goes, right? You start wrestling with somebody, it goes from punches in the arms and the legs to someone getting in snot box rocked.
That's right. That's fucking right. They were pumping fucking Higgins up.
Yeah. Now he turns around. So he's turning around like. Does the jury know when he's turning around doing what he's doing right now? He's looking right at them because you can't see them.
Yes.
Where is he looking? What direction?
Well, from this vantage point, it looks like he's looking to the left on the screen at the individual he's appears to be conversing with.
Okay, go ahead and play it. Pause it. And what about now?
Same
Chris
individual.
just walked away from Jen.
Still engaged in conversation.
There's Jen right there following Chris.
Yep.
She's right on Chris's shoulder. That's Chris is trying to talk to John.
He's taking a sip of beer.
Right. Which direction is he looking?
In the same direction.
Okay. Go ahead and play.
Heel toe. He just did it.
Come on.
And go ahead and pause it. We could go back out to the full screen. At this point, does it appear in the video that Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, Chris Albert have all left the bar?
How Jen spins. That's right, Lisa Davey.
There's someone standing across the table from Mr. O'Keefe to his rear. I don't know who that is, so I can't testify to that. The others have left.
Given this perspective, now that we've seen both of them zoomed, do you have an opinion as to whether or not it appeared that Mr. Higgins was gesturing toward John O'Keefe just before he left the bar?
Given this perspective, he might have been. I don't know who he was gesturing at.
Okay. We can have the lights up. We'll take that down. I want to change gears for a second. Let me ask one more series of questions, if I could. Sergeant, what we've just seen was literally Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, leaving Waterfall to go to a different location? What was the location they were headed to, based on your investigation?
They were heading to 34 Ferry Road.
And shortly thereafter, who else followed to go over to 34 Fairview?
I'm sorry, you said Chris Albert?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. Okay.
Nope.
Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, they went to 34 Fairview, and then Mr. O'Keefe also traveled there.
Thank you. I want to shift gears, if I could, to another video. Did you review certain ring videos specifically relative to one man?
That's another thing. This ring shit.
Indeed. So do you think the jury, seeing what we've seen, that, you know, the foundation is laid down now? They know that they were squaring off. They know they were acting up at the bar. That didn't happen before. That didn't happen off the rip. Now they're hiding Brian A. And they're hiding. I mean, is Chris? They're gonna call Chris A? Are they gonna call Chris A?
They should. They should.
He's the one that told him to go there.
He was there. He was hands on with what was going on.
And he told him to go there.
Exactly. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something right now, J.F.K. And Higgins, man, if you're watching, bro, this shit's gonna open the door, bro. This shit's gonna open the motherfucking door.
Tell him.
I'm telling you right now, man.
Yeah, I think Higgins is watching more than I think
be
he's
all-
watching more than he's been watching in a long time. Because he wants to see what he's looking at the chat, right? Kevin from South Boston. More so, you're not really worried about what we're saying. You're worrying about what everybody's saying in the chat. So let me pull up some chat. Everybody in the chat, Kevin from South Boston is watching right now. After you guys seeing the Waterfall video chat, Kevin from South Boston, you got us on the big TV. What's up? How you doing, Kev?
What up,
you guys
buddy?
all seen the Waterfall video is now in Dedham Superior Court in front of Auntie Beverly Canoni. What do you guys think what that's going to do to Higgins? Where do you think that puts Higgins? Leave your comments. What position does that put Higgins in? Talk to Higgins. He's watching right now. I'll put you up on the screen. Becky says, Hig, you're fucked.
You're fucked, Iggy.
OnlyFans said, man up, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Lauren TZY said, what's up, K from SB? You crumb.
Fucking crumb.
Cindy Sue said Hank is letting Higgins and Proctor take the fall. Charles, a murderer.
For sure.
Donna Gardner said in the shitter. Bobby said, man up, Hig. He's definitely screwed. You're going down. Bev got to go.
Yeah.
Mark S. What up, Mark? What flavor ramen do you like? What size Bobos are you? God damn.
What fucking shower shoes?
Butterfly K said you're a coward. Laura Marie said time to come clean, Higgins. Mama J. Someone needs to hire an attorney. Uh-oh. Debbie Blair. They ain't protecting you, Higgy. Pokey SD. Suspect. Frank Fax. Yuri was in the grab-ass platoon with Higgs and Big Bry. Lisa Davey. Hank ain't calling Julie. Chris calling. No Nicole. Hank is hiding these sick fucks. Wow, that's fucking nuts. That's so crazy. Rosar. Higgs, your story is in the toilet. Havinus' mom. Hank is getting paid either way. Mistakes. Super Squirrel, guilty. Genie in a bottle, drink up, Higgy.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Donnie B, no more decorated dude. Susan Clancy, Sarah Clancy. They're not even calling a medical examiner. That's crazy. 5-7 in Gardner. Higgins don't have any belts in your house. You don't want to end up like Sandra B. Oh shit!
That's fucked up.
God damn, son.
Yeah.
Higgins. Kevin from South Boston. J.F.K. How was your Mother's Day?
Tick tock, tick.
I think AJ has to call Brian Albert and Higgins. Proctor will be called by the defense. I think AJ has to call BA and Higgins. Proctor will be called by defense. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to call Brian A and Higgins, AJ. But we're saying that Hank, if you meant Hank, the point is the prosecution, Melanie, Gore, ain't calling none of these people. We have to call them, which means it's on direct. The line of questioning is different, like how you lead a witness and things like that. So it could kind of give Hank the advantage to clean Higgins up and Brian A up and make them look like it's okay. But as long as we have this video and we play this video, they got some tricks up their sleeve, I'm sure. It's getting interesting. I'll tell you this much. It's going to be very interesting this week. This week, it's going to get interesting. By next week, it's going to even get crazier because we're going into June, man. You know, a couple of weeks, we're in June. How crazy is that?
That's crazy. Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, I think Hank jumped out the box too quick, man. I think he jumped, man. And I mean, I think that was part of the plan with these motherfuckers anyways, man. They had to hire somebody to try to get ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening, bro.
You know, they had to hire somebody, the Commonwealth, to try to get ahead of this defense team because they're fucking good, man. You know? And it seems like Hank, this Yuri Buchanan here, he was stumbling all over the place, man.
He was.
And I don't think that shit turned out good for him. I think Hank had an upset stomach and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause what we're seeing, and you called it before too, man. You know, they ain't gonna play Hank's tune.
No.
They ain't gonna be able to stay on course.
No. Phone lines are open. Come talk to your boys. What do you guys think? Topic of conversation is, do you think after they watch that video, they see what we see at the Waterfall? Should we be afraid? Are we in good? Is everything good? Things bad? Let us know. Remember, my Venmo is J.F.K. Show Off. My Cash App is J.F.K. Show Off. PayPal is in the description. I just dropped this beat right here that everybody loves, that I play all the time. It's called Innovation. This right here. Now available on my Bandcamp. The song, it's called Innovation. Go over to my Bandcamp. One of my mods, can you post my Bandcamp up for me, please? Appreciate you, mods. My mods are working overtime for their boy. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you. This song is available. This beat. Get it a part of your life. This is the soundtrack. This is the music, the official music of the Fuckery Donut Shop. Get it. They start on. Get it right now. Own it. Take it. Own it. From me to you. Supports the show. And you guys can jam out to this beat. And there's a song. It's called Innovation featuring Wade Barber. It's out right now. Phone lines are open. Here we go. Thank you, Marcus. Go over to my Bandcamp right now. Go buy this. Go buy 2 copies, 3 copies, 4 copies, 5 copies. Help your boy out. Let's go. Phone lines are open. I go by the name of J.F.K. Phone lines are open for you. Phone lines are open for you. Yeah, Kevy Kev. I mean, tomorrow, Bukkake back on the stand.
Yep.
And who do you think's going to be after him?
I get lost for words, man, because I wouldn't think that they're gonna bring up their accident, that guy from last year, that accident specialist there, the one that said the pirouette. But do you think they'd call him?
Very possible.
They're gonna call a doctor up there or something?
Very possible.
That's what I mean. I think this Hank dude jumped the gun, man. He spent more fucking time trying to put together his little fucking Pictionary shit and these documents. It's what he based his whole fucking case around. I think motherfuckers used to reading Cliff Notes and shit. So he's using all these, all these little clippets, man, is like his shit. He spent way too much time on that, and he fucking rushed into this trying to jump the gun.
Right. Hold on, I think there's something up with my setting on this.
I mean, it would be nice to. I mean, I don't know when they're gonna bring Acker up there, but they're gonna bring somebody up. You know what I mean? I think about like this lady with the pizzas and the deletions and shit. Like they definitely, that lady. She's trying to promote her business and all kinds of shit. I mean, she was getting paid. She's telling us about a scope and shit, that a window that she was looking at, time frames and shit. Like she was paid to go up there and tell them what they wanted them to tell. And I don't know how far he can go with doing that kind of shit with some of these, doctors and experts and shit.
Call from Tiffany. To accept, press 1.
You're live.
What's up, guys? Good show tonight, as usual.
Thank you so
I
much.
just had a couple. That video is amazing, but two things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
I think it was Friday night. You and James were going over all the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, this is just my feeling. I think John absolutely knew about those.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to Higgins and Karen's text messages, you're hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back to the daytime with the text messages between John and Karen.
Mm-hmm.
When she brought up the plumber, John responded and said, "I hope he's hot." And hot was in parentheses.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If you go back, I checked it.
Oh, wow.
When him and Karen were going back and forth all day about her going out, and at one point she said, "I got a plumber coming here." And John responds, he goes, I hope your plumber is hot. And it's in capital letters with, like, he stressed that, hot.
Bingo. Good
Oh,
pickup.
yeah. He knew. And then just now, like, that Hank is he's such a skank. I know, I have a feeling who he's going to put on next. I think Bukaki looks so bad that now he wants to draw. He wants the jury to be pulled in. He's going to put the two little kids on.
Two little kids
try to
coming.
pull.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's going to try to pull the juror back in to feel sorry, to feel bad, because he's a snake.
Because he's a
so
snake.
looking at how that's what he's going to. He's not going to put someone up there next that the defense is going to be able to destroy. He's definitely starting with the two little kids to pull the jury back into, and I hope he puts Paul up there. Like,
right.
No disrespect to the mother, but if they put Paul up there, he said in the first trial that Karen called and wanted to see the kids, and he invited her over, and he said that they were all in the kitchen, and that Paul said he looks like he went 3 rounds or something. And the mother said he looks like he got hit by a car. She went in the back room with Paul and sat down with the son. So I hope Hank's so stupid that because Paul was in a suit and tie.
Right.
I hope he puts that dumbass up on there.
Yeah, she's
Those
right.
are the things that I caught on that I just wanted to just voice. That thing about hot, that really hit me. And I think when John came in, I think he leaned in and was like, "Oh yeah, you punk ass bitch," or something.
Yeah, I like every point you're making, and that's great. And I appreciate
Great
the call.
points.
Where you calling from again? Tiffany. Tiffany,
Peabody.
right? Tiffany, right?
Yeah, Peabody.
Peabody.
Yes.
How's everything going out there in Peabody?
It's going good.
Good.
Just getting ready right now to go to. I'm tired, but when you guys come on, it's like I can't shut it off.
I appreciate you, Tiffany.
And it was so nice the other night too with James back on.
Right, he'll be back.
And
He'll be back. He'll probably be on tomorrow morning. I think he's gonna do tomorrow morning. He's gonna stream the trial tomorrow. So go over to the layover in the morning.
I have them on notifications, so they pop on. But you, him, and Kev, the three of you, the three musketeers, you guys are amazing.
Appreciate you.
Like
too.
whenever something stressful goes on in your life and on your show, and all you do is laugh.
Yes. I mean, that's what we
And
do.
you're
We're
so
here.
kind and good to everyone.
Appreciate that, Tiffany.
Thank you.
And so ain't you. So ain't you, though.
Oh, thank you.
And we appreciate the call. We're gonna go on to the next one. If another one calls, we're gonna just open up the lines. I appreciate you, Tiffany. Call back anytime. All right.
Good night, guys.
All right. Good night, girl. Peace.
Good night.
Wonderful phone call. Wonderful. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. See, shit like that. That's the reason why I clicked this live button, right, Kev? Because we hear things like that. People, going through what they're going through. We click that live button. People pay attention. People get happy. They feel, it's comfort, man. I feel like we're comfort television. You know, we try not to bring that weird shit. Try to comfort it. Click on
Family.
here. It's like watching Seinfeld or something. You know what I mean? It makes you feel comfortable. You know,
Yep.
39,000 above the bullshit. Phone lines are open, people.
That was a great that those were some great points that she brought up, man. I'm thinking back, and it sounded like John was a little jealous about the plumber, and she was trying to admit to him, like, no, I trust him, like, I've let him work here without a key. She was trying to explain herself to John in those text messages, like that woman was just saying. I remember this now. It's all clicking into my head, like. And that was a big thing too. I think I brought up a couple times, man, is that she didn't want to stay at her house. She wanted to have a place that had running water and you know shit like that. you
Yeah.
know and I don't know where I heard this, but I thought I heard that they had separate bedrooms and shit.
Yeah, she said that. She said she doesn't sleep. Her sleep got to count and things like that, and she don't spoon and nothing like that. I mean, that might be because of the surgeries and things like that too. She might just not feel comfortable in things, you know. I mean, some people it is what it is. If John snores or he moves around a lot, he might sweat. You know, he might have smelly feet. Who fucking knows? You know what I mean? And the woman loves him for who he is, but it
I
breaks
mean,
her sleep up. If she's sleeping and she wakes up to anything and he's snoring, she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else." You know, I mean,
so,
that's understandable. You know.
so in those text messages too, she said, when she was rapping to Higgins, she was telling him that she practically lived there for 2 years, all this shit. Like, how much shit did she really get out of the house that day, and has she ever been back?
She didn't get it all, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? For like, if you're crashing there for 2 years, she definitely got some laundry there and shit. You know, I mean, he had a 5-room house. And like Peggy was like, oh, you know, I never went up there. Maybe I should have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
that she was trying to, Hank had her, Peggy, explain like the layout of the house, and she was like, it was a 5-bedroom house. You know what I mean? That's a big fucking house, bro. And I believe Karen would have had her own
Shit.
room.
Oh, yeah. That is a big house, bro. I mean, congratulations to Karen, and that's the thing too. Karen, she been through a lot, and like we talked about it on the last live, and we talked about it today. That Higgins, she said I had 10 surgeries, I had colon cancer, and Higgins didn't even blink an eye to that shit. He just
Never,
said, "Are you good?" He said, "Are you good now?" That's all he said. He didn't be like, "Oh wow, damn," maybe you should slow down on drinking, and maybe you should find yourself, or do you go to church, or you know, um, whatever it might be. You see a girl in that situation going down self-destruction, or maybe making up for lost time, like, or whatever, how you want to put the perspective on it. Me personally, if I see a woman, if I'm talking to a woman and she tells me about health issues, or uh, she could be on drugs, or I'm just throwing out random things, or in a bad breakup, bad relationship, or you know, um, she just might not be feeling herself, mental issues, it could be anything, man. I knew a girl that didn't like leaving the house. Um,
yeah.
she got to the point in her life that she didn't really like going out. Stayed in all the time, here I am. I mean, here we are years later. That same woman I'm talking about, I knew her as when she was a young lady, but now she's all messed up mentally. And I seen it when it started. Like she did never wanted to go out. Anxiety would get the best of her. So if I seen something like that where it was an issue, I wouldn't want to insert myself in there and act like I can solve that issue, or like I can help with that issue. I'm gonna make them issues better, because
Yeah.
obviously there's nothing he could do to make her feel better. I mean, she just wanted to bang, and I hate to say it like that. She put it on a silver platter. She wanted him to do the ooh, ooh at the window. And he didn't do it. He didn't roll up and go, ooh, just go up there, handle business, and then see what comes after. She didn't want all that extra talk shit. And as soon as that happens, it made it funky. And then it spilled over into the bar. And unfortunately, John is the one that got the shit end of the stick. And now Karen's getting the shit end of the stick. So it's just like, either way, if he really liked John like he said he did, he should have never talked to Karen, period. You know? He should have just never talked to her. He should have been like, hey, man. Because, you know, the way she explained it that John and her were just dating, you know? So she had to put perspective on it. Like, we're not married, you know?
Yep. It's fucking.
He's never going to marry me. They're not my kids. So what do you call it? Some people will say we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Karen looked at it like
they were dating.
We're just dating. So if she looked at just their relationship 24 months as dating, then she must look at Higgins and even count.
Fucking Higgins love, dude.
Call from
Higgins fell love quick.
to accept.
Steve-O, what's up, buddy? Jackass is in the building.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
What up?
Steve-O's up in the house from Jackass, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
All right. You know how the big thing is how, you know, there's a frame job and all that. The basics of cover up, et cetera, of what went on that night, correct?
Correct.
So what they're doing in this trial, isn't that like a live cover up by trying to literally hide Michael Proctor live? Like, isn't that the definition of a cover up, all this shit?
Yeah. And Higgins and everybody.
Well, no, I know. I know exactly. But I'm saying it's the definition of a cover up.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I'm to believe Yuri, who, I mean, at this point, AJ could pull a gun on this dude and he's still not going to say Proctor who. So I'm to believe anything? You're doing a literal cover up now. It's the definition. Anyway, it's the definition. It's crazy. I don't even understand the play. I don't understand the play. Because
it's just so crazy.
Talk about aging. Well, anyway, aging well. Well, Yuri, I don't get it. Really? Wait, real quick. Did this dude, if you would just want to go into the Twilight Zone, did this guy really fucking say he needed a Webster's dictionary for the word theory?
Yeah.
That happened?
After
that really happened? And then he let Jackson have that one? Come on. Well, he had time. You want me to get a dictionary, dog? Anyway, I just love the interesting fact that it's an actual live cover-up. Every single thing. I understand some stuff that you don't want to let in the trial. Like, yeah, you know, the FBI thing, which is ridiculous, but I can understand some stuff being like, hey, that'd be prejudicial or whatever. But literally this game, well, I mean, I can understand a judge making choices of like certain little things being changed or not put in the trial. Like, well, you know what, let's not show the EMT's photos with the girl because who cares? We don't want, you know, certain things I could buy. But for Bev to chill and be like, Bev, you know he's the lead investigator. The main dude's. Why is that even being allowed to happen? It's crazy. Now, the only thing I can think is these dudes, besides by definition, so anyone wants to wonder if taillight could be planted or there was a cover-up. This trial is literally a cover-up of the last trial. Literally.
There you go.
So we'll stop with that. But, I mean, that's it. That's literally, it's crazy. My brain's about to melt. And Yuri, what are you doing? Besides, the only thing I can imagine is that these guys, I mean, they're obviously desperate for the moment. The classic doesn't age well. that it's like, Yuri, just keep taking the bullets. Proctor who? And like, he'll get hit so many times that the jury will be like, oh, the defense must be making up Michael Proctor, but Michael Proctor's coming, dude. And not only is he coming, he exists. And everyone fucking knows.
Yeah.
So, and Yuri should have just been like, fucking, yeah, I know Proctor. He sucks. He ruined my Disneyland vacation because I lost 5 days.
Right.
But instead, this dude wants to be like, it's ridiculous. This Yuri shit, that's all time. I mean, for real. It's a meme within a meme within a meme, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to go down that road. But back to what was crazy, chick that just called, what's always bothered me, and I'll jump over to this, the texts now prove the classic thing that is in a murder is an actual love triangle. The texts actually prove that there was a love triangle because John not only was aware of it, he literally confronted her with the video 5 times. And now this is the point where Higgins becomes cognizant that John knows. So this is where it actually becomes Yuri. If he was a detective, he would have, when he went down the chain, this is when he would have realized like, oh, Higgins becomes cognizant of John knowing, Karen knows. So now it's become a love triangle. Then as we get further, if I was digging around, because this is what's always bothered me, was the hot statement. Everyone always took that shit with the plumber, that was just separate. Like John was just a jealous dude and the guy was coming over. No, that was him signaling to her, whether it was subconscious or they fought about it. Hey, because he's read that hot shit so much. So either they had talked about it or he was like subconsciously letting her know that he knew. But there's another thing that ties the triangle together. If Yuri was a detective, he'd be like, oh shit. Because if Karen was dead, Higgins would be in handcuffs. Straight up, just off that text chain.
So if Karen was dead, yeah.
Off that text shit alone, he would be handcuffed.
Yep. You're right.
Not John. But like I said, that text and the hot plumber text actually create the actual, all 3 of them are cognizant of this triangle. Now that's when you have to go to the waterfall. And that's where you put a little different spin. All 3 of these motherfuckers know about this.
Yes.
And Karen's not doing shit. Brian's not doing shit. And John's not doing shit. But they're all in that teeny ass little space. Little molecules bouncing around each other. But who walks in and says, we're right up to fucking Higgins?
Fucking John. Did we lose Steve-O?
I got you, buddy. Hold on a second.
To an extent. All these other players, it was more like Higgins, obviously, dude. There was way more context to us getting to see all this. Homeboy was way off the charts, dude. I mean, what, day 3, he's wanted to marry her. I think at the waterfall, he was going to confront John about his girl. I mean, that's where them texts was crazy, but
yeah, he was wilding.
I think there was a little bit of, I think Chris, if you think of how tight knit these guys are, I think Higgins is starting to get a little bit, he's aware. So like, forget that he's his friend. The moment he becomes cognizant of John knowing, it becomes the triangle. So Higgins has crossed the line at that point. See what I mean? Every text past the point of cognizant of, oh shit. He continued down the road. Therefore, that night at the waterfall, what's going on in his mind is a lot different because he knows. Does he know John knows? And let's not even get to the point that this motherfucker also, separate, got real mad about that. Like, what do you mean I talk out of school?
Yeah.
So now there's another motive. So not only a love triangle, but there's actually a confrontational thing. No way, dude. We're all guys. Every guy, dude, come on, man.
You ain't letting that go.
And John ain't letting, John ain't letting he confronted me 5 times about the ring video shit go. That's what the Hot thing was about. Hot was low-key subconscious, straight up. Because thing is, if there would have been a confrontation, we would have seen that in some text. There would have been a Higgins thing. But I'll tell you what, it was going to go down that night, but it wasn't going to be a fight. I think Jen, and I think because they're all friends, I think Brian might have told his sister, and she would have told Jen, like, fucking Higgins is going to say something. And they're friends with Karen, and people, probably most people were like, dude, don't get involved, but then it's going to get messy. I think Higgins obviously is like, nah, that's my girl, or he wants to come clean to John, and whatever. And then clearly him and Karen were talking, is what's the unwell about? And there's a couple other little things in the sentences before that. They were having some kind of strange conversation, like thoughts. And she's like, I don't remember them, but there's something that's floating right before that makes it a little different with the well.
Well, the well,
like honestly,
there was a text when they first started texting. Karen texted them
yeah,
something. I forget what it was.
That's way too, dude. You're giving Higgins. That's way too far back in that text chain. He ain't that smart, dog.
Yeah, he ain't that smart. Yeah.
But, and the ghosting thing is only in text, so we just have to assume that these dudes didn't talk. But we'll take that off the table. I think Brian wanted to pop off. Chris A was probably like, dude, something was just going to happen in regards to the confrontation. Jen was probably wanting Karen to go with her because she knew it was going to go on. John's obviously been trying to confront, but if they had a confrontation about Higgins, there's no way those three people all knowing these different things could have been floating around. Karen's laughing, John's chilling. The confrontation didn't happen, but they're all aware of it. There's no way that night something wasn't going on in some form, because all three of them have a different that's why it's a love triangle. Higgins, that's his girl. John's like, what the fuck? And Karen's like, I'm trying to be chill. That's why guilty conscience. That's why Higgins didn't even attempt to even give her a fist dab. But he was clocking her, but he didn't. And that's what the fuck, man. You're not going to say what's up to Karen, but John says what's up to you, and you've been talking to him. It's anyway. So they're just trying to put a different spin and just letting it all out. But it's like, so Jen was like, Karen, you're going to come with me. It's her friend. And she's like, fuck, this is going to get messy. And then it got all whatever. And this is the thing that happens on the way over there. This is probably what the conversation in the car over there was. Jen's calling him because she doesn't want this to go down over there. Chris, because this is someone else's business. We don't want this going on at the house. We didn't want this going on in the bar. Brian, chill the fuck out. It's none of your business. And it just got out of control. And who, we don't know. But it kind of circles back to when I've called before. Karen there's something else, because why in the fuck didn't Karen right out the gate? Besides the gaslighting and letting them off. But the three of you knew about this weird shit. Then are you coming here and this dude's supposedly dead 11 minutes later, knowing that triangle existed? There's no, whatever it is, it's right there. And so Yuri, going back to the cover up, you're going to let Yuri sit there on the stand after reading that, talking about, I think I saw the word hot there. I don't think I would say that was necessarily, honestly, it looked like child's play to me. Shut up, Yuri. You're a liar, dude. I mean, and not only are you a liar, you just not admitting Proctor exists. Come on, dog. What are you doing?
People don't like lies.
When are we going to talk about real quick too? Did the MSP hit that full up on the last break and said, "Hey, man, you really should tone it back, because do you realize we fired him off of this case, dishonorably discharged him from this case, and we named him the lead investigator on this case? You need to tone it the fuck back, Yuri, because you're representing us right now. If they're saying not even disprovable lies, they're just facts."
Right.
Hence, back when I went off last time with you guys, when I was pissed off about people lying, this isn't even a show on Peacock right now. This is crazy.
Yes.
This is like actually happening in court.
Yeah.
Like, no way. Anyway, sorry I was all over the place, but that waterfall and what I was saying about the love triangle, and that's just a new little spin on that night. And then something went on. Something obviously, and it fucking damn well was Brian Higgins. It was damn well John. And it was damn well Karen. And Karen was just in that space of like, he's the one on the end that wants to just like, she doesn't want to say anything. She doesn't know if something's going to happen. I'm assuming that might have been what happened in the car. And this fool hopped out the car to go in on Higgins because he already had the suspicion. So you'd have to say nothing existed then that night. If John didn't know about that night, the kiss, the 5 times on the ring video, and I covered it, dude. I told him it's all good. Hell no, John was fiending on that. You're going to tell me if you, me, or Kev, our girl, and at some point in our life we're hitting up our girl, and we're like, the fuck, are you two, what's going on with you two? I had to show him it 5 times. Yeah, John knew what was up that night, dude.
Yeah, he did.
You wouldn't have wrote it off. They had to have a confrontation at some point. It was that fucking night. And John O'Keefe died 11 minutes after you said you coming here. So you motherfuckers can't just put this on her, dude. End of fucking... And play this game, all of you people. Play it. There's going to be a new DA soon.
And Karen
There's
knew.
going to be, all you fucking people are so in these little pockets that you can't argue with, like, I'm not saying what I'm saying right now. Every one of us. Any one of these fuckers that get up on the stand and not only lie, I mean, we're talking like 8th dimensional chess versions of lying. I mean, it's like denial into a whole other level. It's Skeletor level shit going on here. It's over in 6 weeks. Sorry, dude. And then even if it's not over, for any of you people involved in this, because you're such in the microcosm, it's going to all break apart. I don't know when. It already is. Look at your boy Yuri.
Yeah, it's breaking apart slowly but surely.
Fuck, man.
Well, listen.
Holy shit.
Listen, Steve-O.
You know how I do it.
Nah, I appreciate the call. I appreciate the intel and all that. And call back anytime, man. And we'll talk soon.
You know what up, dude?
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
Late.
Peace. Steve-O, ladies and gentlemen. Steve-O. I just got some information I'm about to play. So Masshole Mafia put up a video on Twitter. I can't play the whole video. Someone sent me a link to it. But apparently she did what I wanted to do. We lost Kevy Kev. Hold on, let me pull him back up. Kevy Kev.
My bad.
So that's all right. Masshole Mafia put a video up on Twitter. What we've been wanting to do. There's a vehicle driving from 34 Fairview to 1 Meadows Ave. And this is what happened, people. This could present problems. Now, I don't know how valid it is, how the clock is on this. Like I said, I couldn't play the whole video because I sent it in my email and I can't fit that file into my email right now. But I got half of it. But I can assure you she has the whole video up. So
Yo,
this is...
I was going to say, shout out to Steve-O, man. I'm right there with you, man.
Check it out.
Lost you.
Check this out. Apparently, they made it to 1 Meadows Ave. I watched the whole thing. Apparently, they made it from 34 Fairview to 1 Meadows Ave in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, if that's what he got up his sleeve, you know, I always said, did Hank do a video showing that you can make it there in 4 minutes? Because he must have. And dare I say, that's probably the fucking video. If that video comes in, we know it's Masshole Mafia who did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been saying that the only reason why I didn't really want to do it is because if it did come back, you get there in 4 minutes, I'm not going to be the one putting it out there. Because that still don't prove shit. That doesn't mean she got there in 4 minutes.
Yeah, no.
You know,
I mean,
but that's what they're saying. So if Hank has a video, something like that, it fits their timeline. That's all.
nah, because you know, I mean, there was some weather. You know what I'm saying? We can't put that aside. You
I
know what I
drove
mean?
it in 7 minutes last week. Yeah, I mean, I think you would have to do it at the same exact time in the same conditions, right? You know what I mean? To be fair, you know, snow in the night. But still. I agree. I don't know if it was sped up. It could have been sped up. That clock could be off. I don't know. But that's what she put out there. Steve-O had some good points, right?
Man, I'll tell you, fucking shout out to Steve-O, man. I know I lost. I didn't get off. I didn't get to say bye and shit. But man, you know, and I agree with, you know, I wanted to say, you know, when you got to think a bit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you might need a chick to call in, but you got to think about if John's calling her out on the walk to the garage, you know, if he even seen a kiss or a peck on fucking video, and he made her watch that shit 5 fucking times. You got to think, Karen saying to herself, yo, this dude's, he cares. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say check your worth, does she's saying to herself, well, John knows I'm worth that. He's speaking out on this shit. It's bothering him. And then the plumber, like, that shit bothered him too. You know what I'm saying? So Karen's got to get, that's why she was ghosting that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She's seeing the fucking shit.
Yes.
You know, John, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that what it takes? You know what I'm saying? To change that whole situation, like showing like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you for real? You're gonna fucking be doing this shit behind my back?
This pizza has pepperoni. I don't eat pepperoni. Can you send it back? Waitress picks up that pepperoni and sends it back. That's a deletion. Pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right?
Looks like a fucking robot, bro.
Look at how happy she is.
We're deleting it. We're moving.
2 slice. No service till you turn that shit off. You are disturbing me. Disturbing my customers. 2 slice. Can't even hear myself think.
There's no music. No rap, no music.
Yo, put some extra mozzarella on that motherfucker and shit.
Extra cheese is $2.
Pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving to deletion. Pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? Right? We're deleting, right? We're deleting it. We're moving. The pepperoni pizza was just removed from the table, right? We're deleting it. We're moving.
Fuckery Donuts is officially open.
Did you hear too? All
Damn.
She like represented May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy shit. Fucking Hank Solo.
Let's take him out. Let's take him down to 34 Fairview. All right, everybody. Gonna take you over to 34 Fairview. All right, eye to eye. There we go. The words were exchanged. Oh, some peacocking. Oh, hey, fuck you doing? Slow down. All right, we're over here at 34 Fairview. All right, here we go. You coming? You coming? Let's go. Come on. Come on, boy. This way. John, heel toe. Coming right up. There he is. Oh, John walking in the house. What's that in back of him? What's that coming up? There you go, creeping up. I don't see John's. I don't see the Jeep out there though. Higgins' truck. All right, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. This way, right downstairs to the dungeon. All right, this way. Come on, let's talk down here. All right, we're going downstairs to the dungeon. All right. We got weights. What you just say? Damn. Officer John O'Keefe on the...
It's fucked up.
Let's back out. You want to back up out of there? See if we can see him? We're backing up out of 34 Fairview with some snow. You ready? Oh, there he is. Oh, no. He was right there, ladies and gentlemen. John O'Keefe. There he... Oh, he's not there. R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe.
R.I.P. Man.
It's like that.
You know, when Steve-O said, it's like, yo, I get it, man. How can you not fucking realize it's a cover-up when they're trying to cover up this fucking state trooper? I mean, the jury, that shit.
So you watched the trial and you think she's guilty because you said she hit a dog?
Quote unquote, in the beginning of her testimony and before she wrote her written statement on body cam footage, I don't know if you saw that, she said she hit a dog originally.
You believe Karen Reed's guilty?
Yes, sir.
You believe that she's going to jail?
She should go to jail.
I would like to think that she's innocent, but I'm not sure myself, and I would like to hear a little more.
Make sure you sub up to James Jackson. I mean, people got this story all crazy. It's wild times, to say the least, huh? But, you know, I went down to Boston Garden, and I talked to some people, too.
Read between the lines.
James Jackson.
Game 2 finals. Let me ask you a question. Is Karen Reed guilty or is she not guilty?
Karen Reed is not guilty. No?
So you think she's going to get found not guilty no matter what?
I hope so. I hope so. There's no conceivable way that happened.
Out here, Causeway Street. Game 2 of the finals. And free Karen Reed.
Can I ask you a question about the Celtics real quick? On the camera? Right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Are you familiar with Karen Reed?
I am.
You think she's guilty or not guilty?
I don't know enough about the trial to
to comment on that. I can't comment on that.
Free her till it's backwards.
You think she's guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
She's not
on the record. Not guilty.
Where you from, my man?
I am from Milford.
That's what it is, my brother. Thank you for your time.
Hell yeah.
That's what it is.
It's a really good question. I don't know.
You don't know?
I am free Karen Reed.
Free Karen Reed?
I don't. He says free Karen Reed.
Come over here, brother.
Look at this girl in back of me. I had no idea this was going on. Look at him.
Come over here. So let me ask you. Let me check. Wait. If you let's start here first. If you had one word to describe this Celtics team, what would it be?
I would say they're murderers like the Canton Police Department.
So let me ask you this, my man. Let me ask you this: Is Karen Reed guilty or not guilty?
Karen. Now keep in mind, I was walking around the NBA Finals last June, with a free Karen Reed T-shirt on my back, in front of all the Boston police. The finals of the Celtics. Oh yeah.
Karen Reed's fucking not guilty. It's not even a question. It's not even a question. Kyrie's guilty. Karen Reed is not guilty.
Kyrie.
Guilty. Cut it.
That's what. Where you from, my man?
I'm from Hampton, New Hampshire.
You know what it is, man. All the way from NH, all the way to Canton and Stoughton. Yeah. Karen Reed, man, now guilty.
Free Karen Reed!
Let's go! My man. Thank you, brother.
No, for real, though. That's funny as
right
shit,
on the back.
bro. That's funny. I can't believe you know.
Sound, there's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place.
God damn, girl.
You let the dogs out, someone close the gate. It's cold where the broken face.
Did someone just say where that is? That's at the Boston Garden, TD, NBA Finals, Boston Celtics, Banner 18. Yes. Now it's going to be Banner 19.
Please, Lord, not today.
Crazy right now.
Yeah.
But no,
I think it's obviously a cover.
I'm going to give you my card, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on J.F.K. show off with my YouTube. You can check it out. I'm going to have you on there.
Oh, produced by Stacks. I like that.
Yeah.
One word to describe the Celtics team. They're murderers like the Canton Police Department. I had my own backup. I had no idea she was even doing that until I edited the video.
We all see her now. Some funny shit. She was feeling good.
Yeah, she was.
I don't know if you're a security guard and shit, you might not get tickets to the Celtics game and shit. Right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when these motherfuckers all lose their jobs and shit, you know, and they're all fucking detailed fucking security guards, you know, for like a fucking tower somewhere and shit, walking around, fucking hitting that little beep code, beep, little checkpoints and shit.
Yep.
Crazy.
J.F.K. got some guns. Yeah, I got some guns. But yeah, we've been going on for 2 hours and 46 minutes. Tomorrow's another day. It's 11:51. We're on the late night. We're on the late night red eye. Got 533 people. I appreciate Kev coming through. You got anything to say in closing?
Tune in, man. Tomorrow, man. Monday. I think it's a full week this week. I remember hearing Judge Bev say that shit. They're on for a full week. She says they're on schedule. I think Hank jumped the gun.
Baba. J.F.K.
Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of J.F.K.
Kev.
I appreciate you people. Ladies, gentlemen, all my mods, make sure you subscribe. Sometimes they unsubscribe you on YouTube. Become a member today. The Venmo, JFK Show Off, Cash App, JFK Show Off. The PayPal's in the description. And if you want this song right here, the official music of the JFK Show, I'm going to go out with the video. It's on my Bandcamp. This is the song Innovation. Check that out.
One more thing.
Go ahead, brother.
Make sure you go over tomorrow morning, man. Check out the layover with James.
Layover. Tomorrow morning we're gonna be streaming. We'll be popping up in there. For sure. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out to James if you're out there.
This song is available now on Bandcamp. Go buy it, support it. Let's go.
Baba, J.F.K, Static Selector. Word. It's an invitation, yeah, to the innovation, to the whole nation, to the whole nation. It's an invitation, yeah, to the innovation, to the whole nation.
J.F.K, y'all. Hey, yo, the whole world in a panic. Tell me who planned it. The world bipolar, so we all went manic. Gotta watch what you say, cause they looking to cancel. Stay off the grid, never give them a chance to. Seen them come, seen them go, there's no love. Gotta keep swimming, homie, keep your head above. Around my part of town, they dying from Fetty pills, withdrawals from the zanies. Now you got heavy chills. Wash your hands, fam, keep it sanitized. They're feeding us lies, if you really truly analyze. Fuck the system, I always been on that shit. It's a race against time, so I grind in the pit. Pumping Spice 1 in a stolen G-body. 87 T-type, that's how we party. When it comes down to it, we number one. Innovating the pandemic, get the job done. Innovation,
yeah, to the innovation, to the whole nation, to the whole nation. It's an invitation, yeah, to the innovation, to the whole nation, to the whole nation.
Where are the blankets? I don't see blankets carried.
Because I was having Jen get the baby blankets to wrap around him out of my car.